Africa is the place to build right now. So don't give up on your dreams of building your house in Africa. There are a lot of challenges, but it can be done.
Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching me from. And if we have never met, my name is Kelvin Piri, and I have been running this series on YouTube, How to Build in Zambia while you're living in the diaspora. And obviously, I have shared the reasons behind that. And I think what I like to do is motivate, encourage all my brothers and sisters across the globe to invest in Africa. And from that point of view, I was going through YouTube and I came across this video. You probably might have seen this video as well. It is of a lady that lives in the United States, and she's a Zambian. And she tells the story of how she went to Zambia and built her dream house. And she goes through all the process, and I hope you will enjoy. I will get back to you after we've watched this, and I thought, you know what? Why not watch this together with you? Come with me and let's watch this video together. And at the end, I will indeed make some comments as to what I think about the video. Here we go.
Africa is the place to build right now. I am going to share with you how I built my house in Zambia, Africa in this point in the story. If you're following, it's now 2021. Almost 10 years after I bought this piece of land. And now I felt ready. I flew to Zambia. And decided to start building. The first thing I did was to figure out the positioning of my house. Now, wherever you're building, it's important that you know the type of land you have. You may have to bring in a professional to help you decide where to position it, because if your plot is waterlogged or it's mostly clay or it's uneven, you will need help. Unless you know what you're doing, you will need help with the positioning of your property. After that, I went ahead and used my network to find a contractor. Of course, it's important to look at different quotations so that you can get the best price. But more importantly, you need to find a contractor who is experienced and reliable. That means you need to check their work. Pictures alone will not do. Okay, you need to check their previous work. In this case, I actually had a friend who had worked with this person, and the friend who recommended this contractor was somebody I could trust. So because I only had about 6 weeks at that point to build the house, I decided to go with this contractor. Once I decided on the position of my house, it was time to start clearing the land. So the contractor brought his guys and they started clearing the land. I was so excited to be there for the first phase. Day one at my house. After that, we went on with excavation. This is where you dig trenches around the outlines of the foundation and also demarcation of rooms wherever there will be walls. After that, we poured the concrete footing wherever there were trenches as we got ready to build the next phase. Then came backfilling. This is where we poured all kinds of things inside the foundation box to level it up. So we used soil, we used gravel, whatever we were able to find. It's another day in beautiful sunny Lusaka. Works are coming well at project. The guys are doing their backfilling today, as you can see. And after that, they'll level it off and press everything down and put some of this gravel to make sure that the foundation is steady before we go ahead and put the slab. And after that, you have to compact the soil. You have to compact the rubble so that the foundation is nice and level. Make sure everything is level. Many contractors will want to go through this really quickly because it is hard work. If you're not using machines, the guys are literally doing it by hand. So it takes a while to get it really compact. What you don't want is building your foundation on soil and gravel that is shifting. It will affect the integrity of your house. As you can see, there's a lot of gravel on top of the soil, and they're trying to level it up so that the next stage will be putting the concrete. So we're going to be waking up, all of us, at dawn tomorrow morning to make sure the slab is done in one day. This was my project. I was there by myself. Of course, I consulted with people that know better than I do. I had my brother around and a couple of friends who checked in to make sure everything looked good. The next phase was damp proofing. This is where you lay foundation plastic so that moisture doesn't come up and affect the rest of your house. After that, we use conforce wire. This is a reinforcement stage that will help your foundation to be extremely strong and secure. So you see, I am giving you all the stages in case you are learning as you go, like I did. Now on to one of the most exciting stages, the slab. This is where you pour concrete slab, which is basically a very strong mixture of cement on your whole foundation. This is one of the most costly stages, especially if your house is big. Make sure the mixtures are correct. Anything too weak and your foundation is weak, and you know the foundation of your house is everything. Without that, your house will crumble. So we laid the slab and then we waited for it to dry. Of course, the guys had to come back to pour water on it to make sure there were no cracks, and that was it. The foundation was almost done. Here we are, final day of the slab. It is complete. I feel so excited. I accomplished what I came to do. My slab is done. From here onwards, we have to keep it watered so it can cure well. At this point, I thought I was going to be done, but something else happened. So originally, I thought I was going to Zambia to just get the foundation done, and that was more than enough. However, my flight was cancelled because of the pandemic, so I had to stay a bit longer. And at that time, the dollar kwacha exchange was in my favor, so I was able to use the remaining money, of course with my husband's support, and I was able to continue with the building. Something else happened. My contractor and I parted ways. I decided to thank him and let him go. The reason is we're not seeing eye to eye on some things. We had to look for a new contractor. This time, we went with somebody who had worked with my brother for a long time and had actually seen his work. And so I felt confident that he would take the house to the next level. So with the foundation complete and dry, it's now time to raise the walls. This is where the contractor begins to build out the external and the internal walls. This stage is probably the fastest and most exciting because you can now see your rooms and the shape of your house coming together. That probably took about 2 weeks to go from foundation to roof level. Once the rough openings of the windows and the doors started to take shape, I could literally see my house as I had envisioned it. After the contractor was done, I paid him on time, said thank you, and it was such a pleasant thing to work with that man. At this point, if you are enjoying this video, why don't you give it a like, and please subscribe if you want to learn more of my building journey in Zambia. At this point, we were ready for the roof. So again, I looked for quotations from different roofing trades, and finally we zeroed in on one. There was a lot of drama with the roofing. I won't go into the details, probably I'll leave it for another video, but eventually we got the roof on. We decided to go for a hipped roof, so the amount that you spend on your roof depends on the style that you use. The roof we chose was what worked for us, so do the research and find the perfect roof for your home. And also, if you're using wood, if you're using timber for framing your roof, make sure that all the timber is treated for termites. If you don't treat the wood, it's going to be a disaster. Those little termites will find their way up there and begin to eat into your roof. So ensure that all the timber, if you're using timber, ensure that it's treated. Just a note on the quality of the roofing you decide to use. Zambia has a variety of qualities. You get what you pay for. So do your research, look at other people's homes if you have that opportunity, interview them on how that type of roofing is working for them. Look at a variety of products and make a decision based on your preferences and your budget. So at this point, it was almost time for me to go home. It's probably week 9. I decided that I didn't want to leave my house wide open. So we put up burglar bars in the windows and also grill gates on the doors, the front door and the back door. That way I felt secure that my house would be intact when I came. So as you can see, by week 10, my house was now at roof level and I had secured it enough for me to go back home to the USA knowing that it was secure. Of course, I had a caretaker and my brother who watches over my house. Have a lot of work to do, but I'm excited to get this far. I did it with a lot of help, but I was the lead on this project, and you can do your project as well. So don't give up on your dreams of building your house in Africa. There are a lot of challenges, but it can be done. I hope the steps that I've given you and all the tips, and I hope my story will encourage you to continue. It's really important as I conclude that the success of your project will depend on a couple things. Your presence or the presence of somebody reliable, and also the experience and the reliability of the contractor you hire. If you have somebody who doesn't show up for work 3 or 4 times out of a week, there is no way you will get to build your house at the time that you want to build it. So ensure that you hire somebody reliable. Other than that, it is an exciting journey, and Africa is the place to build right now. However, do your research. wherever you end up in Africa, I hope and pray that you will have the best experience. And for those of us living in the diaspora who are Africans and are trying to figure out how to build in our home countries, I am encouraging you today to just start. Start somewhere. Visit, go buy a piece of land if you don't have one. If you already have one, start building. Even if it's a little caretaker's house, do it. Do it now. It will be worthwhile. Prices of land are going up and up. The earlier you do it, the better. Here is to building Africa together. I'll see you next time in my next video. For now, goodbye and God bless.
Right, I hope you've enjoyed watching that video, and I certainly have been. I have enjoyed myself. And yeah, it is a very, very good video. And I think what that video shows is, irrespective of where you are, whether you're a man or a lady, you can actually build back home. You don't need to be an expert. You can always learn as you go. This is how it is. And I think from the video, I'm sure you've picked one or two things from there. And I hope you've been encouraged. If you have, please drop me a comment in the comment section and just say, what you think about that video. And if it has blessed you, let me know. And let me know what you think. So I look forward to seeing more of such stories, and I look forward to seeing stories from everyone that is watching me. And let's encourage one another. Please remember to hit the like button, subscribe, and smack that bell so that every time I release content such as this, you'll be the first ones to be notified. So I'll see you in the next video, and God bless you.